So there will come a moment, there will come a time, we do not know when, but it seems that it is very close. That before I proceed, this is mentioned graphically and literally in Faustina. That's okay. There will be total darkness. And the sign of man and the cross will appear in the heavens when everybody will see it.
That's part of divine mercy. Our Faustina's letters.
Yes, it's there.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
it's there. You can even research it on YouTube.
Yeah, we have talks like that, but it does not come from Juan, from Faustina, Diary. Na kanang gitawag nila og kana.
It's there in the diary.
Yeah, yes, I didn't know that part. So,
Yeah.
mas lagi gitawag nga katong murag illumination of conscience.
That's it.
Oh,
That's the warning.
yeah.
Yeah. So what happens? Yeah. All of us will say it. So as mentioned in Garabandal and Faustina.
Do you think that already happened or wala pa?
What pa? What pa? So all of us will say it at the same time, no matter where we are.
Yeah.
So at that moment, everything will stop. So even the airplanes in the air will stop. And then so nobody will die because of the illumination of conscience, except for those who might have heart attack.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I say.
So and then so what will
Ika
happen?
din nasa ko, Faustina din nasa.
In that very short time,
I should buy the diary.
our Lord will show us everything about our life, what we did, up to the smallest sin that we have done. And then, from that short time, He will show us at that moment, if you die now, you will go to either heaven, hell, or purgatory. For those who never believe in God, they cannot take it. And hell for them is so much of a reality that they could die because of fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, that,
Like,
and then, so, how will it come about?
so
There-
what's true
there-
ba? It'll just collapse.
Yeah.
Nandito sa dili makontain silang brain. Dakor kay ang kuan reality wala na ba. Lahi lang tinuod niya, lahi lang tuhan. So and then
Siyempre,
katong kaning mga people who cannot take it ba. Like they will just collapse.
yes, yes, yes. Because it is not only appearing real, it is real.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at that moment, our Lord will not take you out of your life yet. Because He meant to put you back into your life, then make sense of your life. That's why it's called a warning. So, the final choice after the warning becomes definitive. Kung gusto gyud kag imperno, sige. Adto. And then, so, I'll discuss that because this operation sa Medjugorje, yeah, there's something related to that. But let me go back to that warning. So, what should we do at your death now? That people should be conscious of saying precisely the act of contrition as often as possible. Saying the rosary as often as possible, because Our Lady will assist us precisely to facing the
Nasa examination of conscience. On every night ba?
yeah.
Examination of conscience.
And then so what happens now is that okay, when our Lord will show that, it will be so real, so that only those without hearts cannot be moved. And so important thing down now, as early as now.
Nabade nga na. Without hearts.
Daghan, I can assure you Daghan. I have met some. Yeah, it's heart-rending. Look, tinuod mo gud ni. Makay mo gud, tinuod mo gud ni. And then, so what is our Lord asking of now? Examine your life. And then, as often as you can, recite the Divine Mercy Chaplet. Because it's not only your soul that you're saving. You are saving all those hardened souls. And if you have helped save souls through apostolate, which is exactly what we are doing, then you will have a high degree of sanctity in heaven. Because our Lord's life was one whole apostolate. Our Lord's life is one whole obedience. That was all his life. So, during that divine that warning, we will see it with a clarity, clearer than day, that my life mo na. Dili ka makaihon nga, mulibod ka, di man ko angay ini, di man ko angay hell.
That's also presumption. So
Yes.
That's,
We cannot. Again, there was a parallel. I succumb to this, or rather, I subscribe to it, because the parallel is very close to that warning. This was the description of one of the children of Medjugorje, that they were shown how a soul so beautiful, the soul is beautiful. Let me tell you about the soul. Saint Catherine of Siena, which is in the 14th century, he was given a grace by our Lord. Yeah.
given, sorry sir, given by,
Sorry?
she was given in
Grace.
A vision from our Lord. And then, wherein he was shown how a soul looks like. And then, Saint Catherine said, had I not known there was God, I would have thought that the soul of man was God. That's how beautiful the soul is. Now you can imagine why the devil wants to destroy it. Because the devil has forgotten the beauty of that soul because he has chosen the contrary. So the devil will tempt us not because he likes us, but because he hates us infinitely. Now going back to that vision. So,
he chose what sir? He
Sorry?
chose the contrary? He chose the contrary?
yes,
Chose what? He chose what?
because, okay,
He chose himself?
you notice that, okay, from the onset of our Lord being born as a man, his life was one obedience, and his death was one obedience,
Yeah.
to counteract the disobedience of the devil, the non-servience of the devil. These are, okay, you might say, these are theological opinions. I agree. But it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remind me, we'll go into it. Let me finish.
Yeah, I think that's just an opinion. Okay.
Yeah. Let me finish that vision of God. This vision, this Medjugorje visionary was shown how the person's eternal fate is determined by his will or her will. Because this time it kusog, no? Yeah. This time it was a woman. So the woman died. The woman goes out of the body. I mean the soul. The soul goes out of the body because the soul assumes the looks of the body. Not determined by it, but it just assumes.
Yeah, we're supposed to look like this.
Yeah. And then so he entered there and he stood before God. She stood before God. And then our Lord simply answered the question, which way would you like to go? Meaning, hell or heaven?
Would you like to
Yeah.
go? Makapili, di ka?
At that moment, it's like
That's what you're saying.
injecting a truth serum. You cannot lie. You cannot lie before the ultimate judge. And then you will look at your life, and then you will realize that all my life I have been tending towards hell. So he goes to the path of hell. This is a beautiful description. As he goes forward to the path of hell, slowly, she realized that a stupid move I have made. That now I realize, and I have realized even before, but I denied, that all the while I'm meant for heaven.
Yeah.
But I chose this. As he goes down there, as she goes down there, then she started hating herself. But at the same time started hating God. You cannot save me now. I hate you. Because I cannot have you when I should have you. And then so she goes further. Then he reaches up to the shore of what was the lake of fire. And then this visionary saw. At that instant, she turned into a hideous monster. And then she entered into the lake of fire, full of regret, full of hatred. Nobody loves anybody in hell. Because all of them knows that each one of them has contributed to their fate to be there. So it is an absolute fate of hatred. So that's why I cannot imagine anybody wanting it. Now, I'm talking about Medjugorje, okay? Let me tell you of an incident from a first-hand story of a teacher who died. Co-teacher ako sa Southridge. And then he became alive. You know, he's dead again. No, but for a long time we were together. Then when he recovered from the death,
How long was this death? How long was this death?
yeah, not very long. Yeah, but what happened was that? Okay, just a background here. He's a married man. He was in my circle. Yeah, and then so he is a PE teacher, and then there was what do you call that? Something happened to the knee, and he had to be operated. In the process of the operation, when he was given an injection, there was a reaction, and he had a cardiac arrest, and he died. So this is where his story began, because all of a sudden, I told him, I can call him now, his name was Felix. And then so, well, patay naman, okay lang. Then one at the chismis, and then so I told him, Lex, what are you doing here? Doon kayo makalawala. So, in Tagalog, no?
What is this, in your dream? Oh, something.
No, real.
Okay.
Real. He was there waiting for me in one of the doors. I was precisely waiting for you. Waiting for me, why?
Ingon siya?
Oh, ako naman, why were you waiting for me? Because I have something to tell you, a story. Really? Yeah. And then, so, started, because he realized that I was having plenty of chats with kids, mga high school. He wanted me to relate to them. Because he was the PE teacher. So, now,
What is that, sir? Is that okay?
yeah, okay ra. Kuha lang, ang angle lang. Now, what happened? So, when he died, all of a sudden, he saw himself rising above the operating room. And his consciousness was such that I know that everyone here hears me. So he thought, so he stood up and then saw the wife crying. This is literally from him. And then so he said, no. Agnes, hey, that's all right, I'm here. How come they don't hear me? And the doctor was crying also. And so, but what are they doing? Then he started to realize that maybe I'm dead. At that moment he started floating backward. And then instantly he saw somebody whom he later called an angel. And then held him at the back. Here, at the back. I don't know why the back. And then, so me, I was trying to make light of the story. So, I regret it later. Yeah, sure, you saw the angel. Yeah, I'm sure it was one of those with a Spartan strap on the, and then he looked very annoyed, That's not the way they look. Oh.
How do they look?
How did they look? Did they have wings? Yes. And then, yes, and then I held their wings. How did it feel? It was beautiful and silky. And they had a gown all the way up to their feet. And then in the middle, not belt, but a little bit higher in the, with a golden, like belt, a golden girdle here in the middle. How about their skin? They're white. Manisan ko kitang tao nga haskang puti Ate, nasuko na po ako. No. When you see their faces, your first impression is joy. And then the angel immediately held him here. This is first hand, This is a real story. He held him here and did it. I will show you hell.
Ah,
Yeah. And then so, I'm going to hell? I just said, I'll show you hell. Because the angels are not tabi'an. And then they went there. The description of hell fitted the one of Saint Teresa's, fitted the one of other saints, the same. So, from a distance, I saw hell looking like an inverted volcano. Wherein it is like a huge caldero. Huge, very big caldero. And then inside the one, they were damn souls. They were very ugly. They were floating. They were tossed up and down, which is the same description of the children of Fatima.
tossed by what? By fire, yeah?
Huh?
Tossed up and down.
Toss them up, and then they fall back again, and then the angel to them, look. So you see the souls going to what seemed like a shore, you know? And then so, when somebody reaches the shore, another guy at the back does not want to be overtaken, clothes him and drags him out because he wants to be in this place. And then he said, it's forever like that. They cannot go out anymore. It will always be like that. So nalisan siya.
Usa to sir? Usa to? So, these are, usa man dead people na or wala pa? Katong nasa shores.
At the shore, dead people. These are already damned. So
They still want to like be the first or something.
yeah, it's too late. They cannot go out anymore.
They want to get out.
Yes, they want to get out of hell. Because all the while, these people will think that they have a chance of going out. In another literature that I've read, which is worthy of belief for me, no? That one of the greatest tortures that these damn people have will be the memory of earth, this one, wherein the lawns are nice, the days are nice, the nights are bright, not heaven, but just earth. But for them to be in hell, this is heaven. And so anyway, going back to that, so then the angel got him again here. And then so, now I'll show you purgatory. So, whether that's true or not again, let me just describe what they saw. When they were in purgatory, it was a very, very sad place, very dark, very foggy, each one on his own. And he saw one guy sitting on a stone, and then just doing like that. Then 1, 2. What is he doing? He is counting prayers from earth. He is counting prayers from earth.
Prayers for him.
Yeah, for him. And then so, that did not last long. Now I'll show you heaven. Tapos, as they went up to heaven. I want to see Mama Mary, you're not yet dead.
Huh?
You're not yet dead. Because you want to see Mama Mary.
Oh.
And then, no, you're not yet dead. But he went to heaven. So, again, binuangan ako. So this must be the heaven with huge golden gate that just opened itself. Nasuko na yun ako. It's not that. It's simply that. You know that there's a gate because I cannot go beyond. I can only be at one place. And I cannot force myself to be in.
Ang nara sa kanang murag limbo or something.
Murag.
Nasa gawa
Yeah,
siya.
heaven yun. And then so, when he saw it, I will relate another story. Most of you might know him. When he saw this, how do you call that, heaven, he looked inside. He cannot imagine the beauty that was there. In colors and beauties, you cannot find it here. And then, he, of course, he is denied from seeing Our Lady at that moment. Could I see my grandma? Yes, you may. The grandmother arrived with wings. Apparently, the wings were borrowed. Yeah, and they were there. They started conversing. They were very happy to see the grandmother, who did not look old. And then so, yeah, it's time to go back to Earth.
So wait, sir, did that look old? So, unsa man sa mga idara around what?
Then, according to this,
Murag prime.
heaven is real, Itong bata bitaw, na may libro nga. There's a book now, Heaven is
So
Real.
the grandmother was
Huh?
from heaven.
Yes. So, all people are of the same age. So I was made to understand that we will all be at the age of Jesus when he resurrected.
33.
Yeah, Saint Thomas also said that. So we will be about 30, at the height of masculinity, at the height of physical perfection. Because our physicality, they're always physical. That needs a little explanation. It will be a spiritualized body. What we have now is that it is a, how do you call it? It is embodied. What we have now is an embodied spirit. There it will be a spiritualized body. That the body will obey
The spirit.
the spirit. So, Saint Thomas would say that, okay, one characteristic of that body is precisely impassibility, no longer capable of suffering. Then, the other one, I forgot the term, but it said that it can travel at it has the agility of thoughts. So,
Speed of light, din.
yeah, if I want to be in Mactan now, instantly I'm there. That agility of thought.
We can also be in two places, by locution,
You can be.
or maybe more than
Yeah.
instances.
Because our Lord,
So wait, question sir. So everyone in heaven already has this experience, or later pa ni after the resurrection.
What else did you
Sorry?
see?
So everyone in heaven now has this spiritualized body, or later pa
Oh,
ni
not yet.
after
Not
the
yet.
resurrection.
What else did he
After
see
the
in
death.
heaven?
yeah,
What else did he see in heaven? What else did the guys saw in heaven?
what else?
Yeah, what else did he see in heaven?
Yes, going the friend of mine,
Yeah.
it was that, just the nature and the grandmother. But then, thanks for reminding me, they were bringing up, the angel brought him back. And they were speeding toward earth. He heard a distinct male voice.
Wait, so layo ang heaven from earth? Layo ang heaven from earth?
About that.
No, layo ang heaven.
That was the impression he had. That was the impression that he had. But then it does not matter, because if you have the agility of thought,
Yeah.
you can go to Mars at an instant.
Yeah.
Then, as they were traveling down, he heard distinctly, maybe it was just in order to emphasize the experience, though it was, he heard the voice telling him, a male voice, pray the rosary, I'm coming soon. Shit, I do not understand that. How should I interpret that?
You pray the rosary. How hard is that?
No. What it implies, I'm coming soon. Yeah, so
That's probably God.
yeah, so I told them, no, God can come at any time. It is not when. It is not us who will determine when. It is He who will decide when. And then so on. For practical purposes, Felix, this is what we do. Just let us continue with our circle. And whatever we discuss there, you can be sure that God will always give light to the things that you need to hear because it's good. So don't think it's me. No, God will use my word in order to enlighten you. He was very faithful to the. He was very faithful to the circle.
How many years more did he have? How many years more did he live?
The second
Did he
life.
live after that? Mga kuan, a little more than 6 years. Dugi.
Why shortened? How old is this guy? 6 man lang. Is it related to his disease?
Yes. It was. So apparently the heart already had some problems because of it. So he was a very, very noble guy, to the point that
Noble?
How noble? I'll tell you. So
Very decent, modest, honest, like upright person.
bright,
Upright.
very. How did I prove that? Because he opened up to me a problem. Anyway, because you don't know his name, so ang patay na siya, I can talk about his case. No? He opened up to me crying one time. My wife is playing dirty. And then so I explained to him, yeah, okay, this could happen, you know, and you're not the only one who is a victim of this. There are many other people. But because it has happened to you, it's particularly painful to you. Now, I cannot tell your wife to convert, but I can tell you always, bring this up every time it bothers you. Because even if I may not have a solution, it will lighten your load. And he did. Many times we chatted. And then, finally, because di man ko mamugos, he told me, but I have to tell you, who are the guilty party here? Already I told you my wife. And then the man, that is where my heart was broken, was my former student. Tapos niya, I cannot believe that my student would do this to me. And then the wife consented.
Yeah, ang student.
Ang lagi, was our student.
Ani mo?
Oh, kay PE teacher man siya.
Okay.
PE teacher man siya. Pero ako, kuan man ko, religion man ko nga teacher. So, we were teaching the same person. And then so, little did I know it was him. Because as a student, I did not see any trace that he could be like that.
Yeah, yeah. Mix up yung
and then so I,
na.
so,
Na mong isa.
he suffered a lot because of that. Ako. What do you have in mind now? You know now, I busy myself with my children. So, gipokot na niya siya ang children. So then, I also told him, I remember telling him that, okay, you don't have to like her anymore if you cannot. But one thing important is, you can never hate. Because hatred is against God. So, you don't have to like her. Because liking or not liking is purely an emotion. But hatred is an act of the will. So, you cannot hate. Neither you will. Anybody. You might hate a boutique, but it doesn't matter. But then, hatred is not from God. And this is like a cancer that will eat you slowly. Because here, precisely, is hatred.
Sir, kining kuan ba? For example, like imong sa mga example so far ako na-notice is kanano na I hate the element of hate, and that's like the first step that a person can go to hell, no? For example, if you start hating yourself, you'll also start hating God, kay mura kag wala tabangi or what, all these things, no? But dili ba na sa masolve og mercy?
Sorry?
Mercy. Dili na sa masolve og mercy? Like, for example, in our case, if that's your child, that those are your children, they are like being like that to you, I think ma-extend ra man gyapon nato ato ang selves to them ba, like ma-forgive ra gyapon nimo sila out of mercy, or because you don't want to judge them maybe or what. So akong question is like hindi na buhaton sa Ginoo. Like
No, we will not. But remember, man is always subject to free will. Remember that we who were created without our will will never be saved without our will.
so kailangan jud niyo kanang cooperation dahil
Yes,
ato.
direct. There must be a direct cooperation.
Yeah, so if you start hating yourself, hating God, that's enough reason for God to judge you.
No, it's not enough.
Because tomorrow you will love Him again.
Yeah.
Gani, so
Yeah. It's not enough just to know God. It's not enough to know what He commands. It is necessary to want to do what He wants.
yeah, like know, love, and serve. So kung
It's okay to hate, in a way you will change it, you will love that person again.
Don't worry, di po kung maningil. Time comes when we have to ask for that. Diba ba, ilang year na
Suras
maningil,
lagi, baba
time
dyan
comes.
You question again.
kuan, so Kato sir, papatabang ko explain sir. Sir Chito. So,
Yeah.
saan mo explain ha?
Let's go back to
Okay.
the kuwan sa katong he hated, he never hated. You told him not to hate the student.
Papadala lang story. Oh.
Not to hate.
Yeah.
Oh.
The man, the guy.
Yeah, I told them because I was telling him they were talking the divine mercy. Yeah, that it is a really a heroic, how do you call it now? Heroic imitation of the mercy of God.
Yeah.
Because I had this co-teacher who died already, and then so, gikabit sa former student na mo.
Bayad eh, bayad.
Ha?
Bayad.
Hindi,
No,
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 Ang wife.
Kasi adik man.
Nya.
Ay, ano ba ron? Picture naman. Kapit na nga po. Lagi, tanga na sa tayo sipin.
Kapit na vinyo
Kapit
ba?
na gapin, bro. Kapit na nga lang, kaya hindi ka. Kapit ka, bro.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I
that's a fault. That's my fault.
Pero yung wife na nila.
Ang wife at co-teacher na ko, gikabit sa former student na mo. Tapos, he opened up to me. It was very painful. So, what else can you do now other than legality? Legality, are you willing to break a case against her of adultery?
Na-casing nga na sir.
Di ba?
Anda pala.
Ano sa may ending ano?
Minyo man.
Preso ang babae.
Masyado man.
Di ka gusto ng preso? Bayad ko.
Oh.
Ayan, hindi na mga dato.
Ang lusot ana basta wala na yung bata. Una gani bata dead.
Hey Dad.
Sa adultery, daugig ka. Kung may bata involved ba, mabuntis mo.
Ano na yung mga
That's your ultimate
Ebidensya,
proof.
ebidensya.
Pero kung wala na, there are so many ways to disprove it.
But then, on that part of the guidance, yeah, no, I don't want, because no matter what, I don't want her to be in a public.
Sura ka na.
Wow. So that's why I told him, I took the advantage of telling him that precisely, you don't have to like her. I will never force you not to like her. Because, but never hate. More magid na. As your father is merciful. So, merciful to others and also be merciful to yourself. Don't give in to despair. That one.